I get money, get maths, get power. Your papa no fit do anything. You know, fit pass a rat.
All right, so this post is not to mock BLord, and I swear that on God, I have no intention as to mocking BLord with this particular post. So it's not one of those videos where very dark man will say, "Ah ha ha, I have the last laugh. Shebi, I told you."
Guys, Wahala, they say not the finish. VDM has come out to say he is going to be continuing the case and not discontinuing the case anytime soon. And this just goes to say that it is Wahala for BLord. I don't know who is spoiling for BLord, but at this junction, I will say, now Oga Sowore, now I don't dey spoil for BLord, because according to very dark man, he say that word where Oga Sowore talk actually really not sit well with him. And on this video, you will see where he also talks about where BLord brags and say, you not send your papa, you not fit do anything, and all of that, on top of criminality. And we all know that this is what VDM actually fights. He is known or became famous because of the fact that he calls out crimes. And all these are what make very dark black man, that he calls it for what it is. He doesn't like, you know, the less privileged being oppressed. And he also, in this video, you will see where he talks about how he wants everybody to be able to see that our judiciary still works, that our law still works and cannot be compromised by anybody whatsoever, no matter your influence, no matter the money you have acquired or who you know. Anyway, guys, now long one, go grab a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, because the matter is long. All right, have fun learning some basic things in life that very dark man has outlined for us to learn. See you on the other side.
BLord have been remanded, blah 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 blah. It's not one of those videos. This video is strictly for educational purposes. Secondly, I'm very happy that BLord was granted bail, but unfortunately for him, he had to be taken back to the Kuje Correctional Center until Monday because he could not perfect his bail condition. As you all know, one of the conditions that the judge gave is that he's going to tender his international passport. So after all the efforts that was put by my lawyer, Marshal Abubakar, and his own son, they tried everything they could, but his passport could not come from Anambra on time. So he had to be taken back to the Kuje Correctional Center. Secondly, unfortunately for him, he spent over 2 weeks at the Kuje Correctional Center. And one of those days in the 2 weeks was for the Easter holiday, a day he would have spent with his beautiful wife and his lovely kids. But like I said, unfortunately for him. Now, in the video that I played, BLord said, I get money, I get mouth, I get power. Your papa no fit do anything. You are a rat. Now, this is why I said this video is strictly for educational purposes. Under the unwritten laws, you see this video that he made, videos like this that insinuate and say the other party should go and do their worst. I've sent a lot of people to their early grave. Go and do your worst. I've sent a lot of people to their early grave. No matter the power, no matter the influence, no matter the money, no matter the connection that you have, you should never tell your fellow man or a person to go and do their worst, because there are some people in a bid to do their worst. They can go as far, even if they don't have money, they can go as far as selling their organs. They can sell their kidney to make sure they have the resources to do their worst. And after doing that worst to you, they go buy after 1 week because their other kidney is not functioning well. I belong to that group of people. Now, secondly, in this country, a lot of people believe that once you have money, no matter the crime that you commit, you are going to pay for that crime and you walk away with it. But I want you people to believe that with this case, you people will now understand that there's still hope in the justice system of Nigeria. There's a phrase in Nigeria and it goes like this: if you don't get money, know the law. If you don't know the law, you should know the judge. But fortunately, again, for BLord, he has the money, he has the connection, you understand? Like he claimed, I don't know, but like he claimed. But sadly, the judge that handled this case is a judge with a lot of credibility. And I'm talking about Justice Hajimogobia, a woman that is not willing to compromise. No matter the money that was being offered, she was not willing to compromise. She was willing to uphold the justice system of Nigeria, to say the law is the law. Because if we had met, or if they had met, or if the case was presented to a corrupt judge, maybe we for not even see our law they work. Do you understand? That's number 2. Number 3, you see this part, I wasn't going to say it, but yeah, I have to say it. Now, I'm not going to lie, Abubakar Marshal spoke to me. If you see the confidence he used in making his interview, he spoke to me, and I gave him a signal that I was willing to withdraw the case, right? But Marshal, I'm very, very sorry that I lied to you, and all the sign that I gave you, no verse, no lie. I'm not going to be discontinuing or withdrawing the case, and it's for one reason. And this reason is because Omoyele Sowore said he's going to discontinue the case. And I want to let him know that it's not possible with me. I'm a very proud and egotistic person. And I want to let Omoyele Sowore know that he cannot discontinue that case because he does not have the power. You know, a lot of people in diaspora, maybe when they watch that video, maybe when they saw his tweet, they will think that in Nigeria, anybody can just withdraw a case that another person filed. That's not how it works. As a matter of fact, even the president of the country cannot discontinue a case. Even the Chief Justice of the Federation, that is the president of the judiciary, the third arm of the government, cannot discontinue a case, let alone Omoyele Sowore. If the only person that can discontinue the case is the Attorney General, even in the law, it still states that unless the case is off, there's a way the case will be before if you discontinue them. So, like I said, I get pride, and I'm unapologetic about it. I'm very egotistic. So I want to show Omoyele Sowore that I cannot discontinue the case. The case is coming up on the 27th. So after then, if they don't solve if the case does not, if the judge does not pass the judgment that day, we go to continue. It can go up to 20 years. This is just to let Omoyele Sowore know that the law in Nigeria is not sentimental. And to all the people crying left, right, and center, the law is not sentimental. If you impersonate anybody, you forge a document, you use people's faces without the authority, you will face the law. No matter who you be, you will face the law. Lastly, this case cannot be talked about again because it's in court. So I know if you can't talk about them again. Do you understand? I know if you can't talk about them again. However, if BLord comes out tomorrow and somebody say BLord scam him or BLord do this to I pay money to BLord, I go still call him out. 100%. If he come tomorrow, something of 100 naira, he say now 25, I go still say that thing. Because under my constitutional rights, I can do these things. And I will continue to do it. And if he can come out tomorrow, say he wants to do BLord or do this one, do that one, we go still do them again through the law. And through the law, because the law is no respecter of any person, the law will take its course. That's all. It's as simple as ABCD. So, we move on to the next case on the table. Peace and love, don't play. Let me call Marshal because we have to write a petition against somebody that scam people.
You've seen it all, right? Yeah. So what do you think? What's your take on all of these? Very dark man telling, Barrister Marshal that he was going to discontinue it. And, Barrister Marshal going out there and with all, confidence, saying that he knows Very Dark Man is going to discontinue, and Very Dark Man are coming out to say, you know what, Barrister Marshal, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be discontinuing it. I'm actually going to continue, even if it's 20 years, we'll keep going and all of that. What does this teach you? Does it teach you that, at least some things in life shouldn't be taken for granted? Because we've also heard that people were begging, but BLord says he wasn't begging, or one of his son came out to say that he wasn't begging. And what would it take you to say, actually, sorry, I'm really, really sorry? Because Very Dark Man has said that some people will go as far as selling one part of their kidney, even if they know they are going to die 5 days after, because the other part is probably faulty, the other kidney is probably not a functioning one, that some people will go that length just to prove a point. If you have boasted that you are the Alpha and Omega, that somebody wouldn't mind doing that to himself just to prove a point. And with all this, I think Very Dark Man, like he said, he's trying to teach people so that people will learn. What's your take on this? What do you think? Do you think Very Dark Man is taking this too far, or do you think no, BLord deserves it because BLord actually went too far, being criminal with all of this? And because we all know that this is what Very Dark Man hates with all passion, you know, criminality. This is what he calls out in the society that brought him to limelight. I would love to know what you really think about it. Anyway, your comments below, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe if this is your first time